Hello, this is Jimbo from the YouTube channel Jimbo, South Dakota, and I'm going to fill you in. I'm going to make an addition to the channel. And just so you know, I don't make money on YouTube. I don't monetize. I don't try to. I mean, if it ever gets to that point, I wouldn't turn it down. But anyway, I like variety on the channels. So what I'm going to do is just show you what the next playlist is going to be. And we used Old Blue, my 1995 Chevy extended cab, I think they call it. 3/4 ton truck, and we loaded up something on the trailer yesterday in Muskogee, Oklahoma. My brother Jack and I went down there and also saw a good high school buddy of mine, Doug, with a 2024 Stingray Corvette. It was pretty cool. Maybe I'll put some pictures on there. But anyway, there's attachments here that I'll show you after a little bit. But this is the Kymron Mini-Excavator, and they have a channel of their own, YouTube channel of their own, website, and this is, yes, a Chinese-made excavator, but it's not one of those where they just show up with a shipping container full of Chinese stuff and auction it off with no support. These guys work with the company over there, and they put on the higher test pumps, higher test engines. They have gas, diesel, Yanmar, Kubota, EPA rated for the US, heavier duty parts. And one thing that they're doing that's different is they're going to be stocking, they do stock parts for a bunch of their models, but they also have them designed so that you can bolt on American parts. So like if you lose a drive pump, which they don't expect, but if you do, and you want an American made part on there, you can bolt on an Eaton pump or a Parker pump. A friend of mine bought a model similar to this, just a little bit smaller. I decided to go just a hair bigger because a couple of the features on it, and I'll go through some of that a little bit more later on. But anyway, I'm just going to, I just took the chains and stuff and the binders off of it, and I am not a professional. I've seen a bunch of videos on loading and unloading. This trailer, the last 2 feet is dovetailed, meaning it drops down a little bit, and it has the ramps on the back, so it makes it a little bit less of an angle for getting off. So I'm going to spin the cab around, drive off with the boom arm forward. That's for safety, for tipping, but it's a pretty solid machine, pretty steady. So anyway, this will only be the second time I've started it. I did rent a mini excavator smaller than this, I don't know, 12, 15 years ago. I had to fix up a building, a 3-sided shed out here. So, that's the only time I've run one of these at all. But I guess I'm just gonna head up there, start it up, and give her a shot. I had to have this up in order to start it. So I'm just going to spin the cab around. Lift up the blade. Now that makes the controls just the opposite. So you think you're going to go forward, but you actually have to pull backwards because you're driving the machine backwards. this one here has the Yanmar diesel. I've got a little 955 John Deere that has the Yanmar engine, so that's what I wanted to go with, and that's what this model uses exclusively. Okay, I'm going to spin around. My lovely wife is going to open the middle garage door for me there. Thanks, Mary. When you lift this up, it actually gives you a faster gear. None of it's fast, but it gives you a little faster gear for travel. And I'll throttle it up a little bit. Obviously watch the boom so you don't hit the top of your garage. I've got 10 by 8 garage doors, 10 wide, 8 high. Whoop. All right, I'm going to go into the lower gear because it doesn't spin as well in the higher gear. I'm going to mark up the garage floor a little bit, so it's a garage floor. That's the first part of it. First drive. Gonna have fun. All right, I'm back. We didn't film the unloading. I wasn't going to bore you with that at all. But as you see here, here's the machine. And oh, by the way, I got my Dale Brisby shirt on. I like listening to him down in Texas. And so I got the old rodeo time shirt on. And back to the machine here. I'll go through a bunch of that stuff. There's plenty of videos on that. But it's K&R Equipment in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I believe their website is microtraco.com, and there's also a YouTube channel for them. So I'll put those links down in the description. But we'll talk about this whole thing a little bit later. But one thing that people agree on is it's good when you first get them to go through, check your grease zerks, make sure nothing's missing. Some people change the type of grease zerk, all that. I am going to have my first dig right out here, out north of the garage. To take out a small stump there, and that'll be my first time running that. But I did buy 7 attachments and the quick attach, the black portion down here. This just makes it so that you can very quickly and easily, it retracts a mechanism inside, and then you can just very easily change from one attachment to another with this. So I think this is called the bolt style quick attach. It does drop your bucket down about 4 inches or so. It might make this cylinder work just a little harder, but I don't think it'll be too bad. And your thumb alignment isn't too bad with that either. So the 7 attachments I bought was the quick attach that I mentioned, but also the 8-inch wide bucket. This is approximately 16 inches wide. This is your ripper tooth for ripping out roots and things, so you can get all that power right here on this portion of it and break roots. And this here is the rake, so you can do a lot of raking through the soil, and then your thumb can come down and help grab and pick up brush piles and things, so that's all pretty cool. This is the material bucket, and It's the tilting one. The non-tilting wouldn't have this cylinder on it, but you can articulate this bucket and tilt it sideways. So they give you the hydraulic hoses to attach here, and your machine has the auxiliary attachment here. So then you would just hook up your hoses, flip your lever on each side, and then it diverts all your fluid from the tooth down to your attachments. So that's pretty cool. I did buy the sanding bucket. So this will let dirt and sand and stuff flip through. So if you're grabbing a bunch of vegetation and shake it, then a lot of that material will sift through. And you have a choice between an 8 and a 12-inch auger for your post hole digger. So this here, like all your attachments have their own pins, like I mentioned for the quick attach. And then you just go ahead and attach that down there and start digging. And there's Kymron equipment, they have videos on all the attachments as well. Now the last thing that I bought is over here. This will basically be an unboxing. Now I worked with Austin at Kymron Equipment, great guy, great help, and he did tell me that they open these when they come in and they make sure things are in there, but this is the way I got it from them. So we'll just take a quick look. All right, so this is the second toolbox that you get. Must be specifically for this. This might be a little too heavy for me just to take out of the box here, but this is your standard jackhammer, and you have your hoses with that. And it's nitrogen assisted. So I got to learn about that. There's a video about that as well on their YouTube channel. So anyway, this is the jackhammer that you attach, and I think he said there's 2 pins in there, and then this is your nitrogen bottle. So I'm going to be watching that video again to learn how to use that thing properly. But this here was about 14. This here was 1,400. The post hole digger was 12. These attachments have various prices. You can see that on their website. But I'm just very excited to start using this thing. My lovely wife Mary agreed to let us purchase these items, and you can see it fits great in the garage. The canopy up top, I believe, is like 7'3" So anyway, I'm just going to go through this thing, check grease zerks and things, and then I'm going to go out north here and dig on a stump. All right. All right, well, I came out of the garage, and this is the first stump that I'm going to try. It's just this little one. It's been here forever. And like I said, this is my first time using one of these in, I don't know, 12 to 15 years. So I'm going to try it first with the blade up front. I know that they can give you a little bit more stability sometimes if you have it in the back, but I'll just try it like this. Throttle it up a little bit, and we'll just see what happens. Not a professional, remember that. It's about 1,700 RPM, I think. Yeah, 1620. Well, we'll just see what happens here. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go a little farther away. Dig towards it. Go a little farther away. Maybe I'll need the ripper tooth, I don't know. there is a lot of root there, I'm sure. Try the other side. Trying to get used to the controls. Yeah, I'm feeling root. Sometimes I'm sure you got to dig a pretty big hole to get a little stump out. I'm feeling root. Kind of lifting the machine a little. You can see when you get your cab off center, you can see how it gets unstable as well.
You need to put that other just single hook attachment on?
I might. Mary's asking me if I might need the ripper tooth, and that's probably what we'll have to do. Alright, well, we can see some difficulties here. I think I'm just going to, we're going to shut the cameras off. I may end up using the ripper tooth, but I need to practice a bunch on this, so this will be a good thing to practice on. So, see you later. Well, I broke out the ripper tool just a little bit longer. I did put it away, but then I found a few more roots, so this is what I'm ending up with. And I was able to pop out a few more, which is kind of nice. and there's going to be a little more dirt going on top of this hole anyway. So I think I've got her down, and I'm going to end up using a little John Deere to smooth out all the dirt. Well, I need to clean up those roots yet, but the John Deere got things spread out pretty good here, except for some dead clumps of grass. And that project we will call done as the first project with the Kymron. She's parked in here now. It's got the cutting tooth on it, the ripper tooth. And I think this machine combined with the old 1990s John Deere is going to be a pretty good team for projects around here. So like I said, I'm going to start a new playlist on the channel Jimbo, South Dakota, which has the Hog House Chronicles podcast in it, some videos of farming, people I've taken horseback riding, and just interesting things that I've seen come by, like some drone footage and that kind of stuff too. But anyway, that'll be coming up in the future here if anybody's interested. No problem if not, and we will see where the projects go with these pieces of equipment. It's a good day. Thanks.